Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel, and if you are new here, then welcome. Join us. My name is Priya, aka Beauty and the Books, and as you can tell from that title, we do all things beauty and book based here. So if it sounds like a little bit of you, then you know what to do. Okay, that is the end of my cringy intro. Anyway, today's video, as you can tell from the title, is a review of Witches Steeped in Gold by Ciannon. I really hope I've said your name right, and I apologise if I haven't. But yes, we are reviewing this beautiful, anticipated debut novel for April today. I was so lucky to be gifted this copy. It's a free proof copy. I was so kindly gifted this by Hotkey Books, so thank you very much. And this review in no way is altered by the fact that it's been gifted. I have not been paid, it's not been sponsored, anything like that. All of the thoughts are my own. So, without further ado, let's get into it. If it sounds like there is an aeroplane trying to take off from my room, it is currently my weekly vlog exporting on my laptop onto the book. So this book is out on the 20th of April 2021 in the UK, and it is going to be £7.99, I think, the standard RRP. So this one is an uncorrected proof. Okay, so I'm going to put a little synopsis here for you to like pause and read. But from my understanding, this is it's a witchy book. So if you like witches and like strong female characters in places of power, then you're gonna like this, okay? It's Caribbean inspired, so where it's set, the culture and everything, and it's basically about these two types of people. Now I didn't realise these were kind of real-ish people, or the whole book was based on folklore and stories and mythology and like properly deep rooted into Caribbean culture, until I started researching to do my review. So I just love that. It's great. If I say any of the names wrong, then I'm really sorry. I'm trying my best, but I'm just gonna put that disclaimer out there. So it's basically about two groups of people. We've got the Obeahs and the Alumbra, and it's basically about politics between those two people. One overthrew the other, and it's basically about revenge. So it's crazy, and I haven't done a very good way of explaining it, but the synopsis should, you know, sort you out. Anyway, that's enough about the book. Let's get into the actual review. Basically, I had kind of some mixed reviews and mixed thoughts on this book when I finished it. So we'll start off with the bits that kind of made me a bit unsure about the book. Basically, on the surface level, this book is everything I would absolutely love. It is featuring strong female leads that are from an ethnic minority origin. It is YA, it is fantasy, it is witchy, it is magical, and it's everything I've been digging in the past year. So on that premise, I was like, this is incredible. But as I started to read it, it kind of let me down a little bit, and that wasn't anything to do with the story. It was more a case of the way that it was written. So the way Ciannon has done it is that the beginning is very about kind of world building and setting the scene and making sure the reader's aware of the culture and the names and the people and like what differentiates them and everything, and that's okay, that's good, that's fine. But it took up a lot of the story, like a lot of it, and I was just getting really bored. So it's in parts. So you have part one, which is this section, then you have part two, which is that fat middle section, and then you have part three, which is there. So it wasn't until we got about here, so almost like over halfway through the book, did I feel like it finally picked up and detached itself from the world building. I just think that it was just too much for me. Like, if you're someone that loves that and you really love the attention to details that authors use, then that's fine, you're gonna love this. But for me personally, it was just a bit too much. And alongside that, a lot of the sentences were quite long and a little bit too complex for me, so it did kind of make the reading experience in the beginning just a little bit longer. Like, I was like, come on now. It's the same experience I had when I was reading Six of Crows. The beginning was like just dragged on a little bit too much, and I was like really close to putting it down, and then I just powered through and I was rewarded in the end. If you like authors that spend a lot of time on world building, character building, scene setting and getting the reader familiar with the environment, then that's fine, you're gonna love this because there's a lot of that. But if you're like me and you kind of get over it pretty quickly, then you might want to have to push through a little bit till it gets to the good bits, and trust me, it gets really good. The cultural representation, the research, the depiction of this world was second to none. It was brilliant. Like, the descriptions were incredible, and the way that she talked about her world was just like, I wanted to be there. It just felt so grand and so magical, and the representation of like strong witchy women from like ethnic minority backgrounds was just like a breath of fresh air. Honestly, these women are just fierce. It's a very female-led narrative, so instead of there being a strong patriarch, the whole thing is just full of like one head matriarch and then just women everywhere. I think there's only like 2 male characters that have any significance. I just really enjoyed learning about the Jamaican culture and kind of the stories that kids from Jamaica would have been told by their mums, like, get rid of these Eurocentric whitewashed witches, we don't need those no more. We want these powerful ethnic minority witches that are just owning themselves. I can only imagine what people who are actually Jamaican would feel like reading this. Like, it's so important to represent different cultures in literature. So, onto the characters. She has expertly crafted each of these characters. You love elements of them, you hate elements of them, you understand them, but then you think, you know, what's wrong with you at the same time? Like, all of the above. But I think his name's Rohe. He's a babe. He's a pirate. He's a babe. We love Rohe. He's amazing. The characters in general were just super cool, and it was really interesting to watch Iraya and Jazmyne kind of navigate the fine line between hero and villain, because the line gets blurred so many times. So I really liked that, and the way that they're constructed is really cool. Their descriptions are amazing, and it's just nice to see 2 badass females living at large in a book like this. If you have trust issues, you don't want to read this book, I'm telling you. Honestly, you just don't know who to trust. Deception is at the very core of this novel. The very core. You think someone is a straight shooter, you know, they're really good, they're doing their thing, you know, they're living life, but then they just throw you at the end of the novel. You think, what was going on there? And it's brilliant. I love a book that can keep me on my toes, keep me guessing, and I just can't sit back and relax. And that is what the like later half of the novel did. The beginning bit was just a bit slow, and I just, you know, we'll forget about that bit. But the second half definitely redeemed it, and I was honestly so impressed. Sorry, it's snowing outside, and I'm just staring at it because it looks so pretty. Overall, for me, the world building aspect was a little bit too much, but if you're into that, you're gonna love it. The story is brilliantly crafted. You think it's gonna go one way, and then it actually goes the other way. The plot twists. Some of them are a little bit predictable, so if you are someone that can easily guess them, then you'll probably predict some of them. Some of the sentences and the way that they were written was a little bit too complex for me. Like, I prefer if it was kind of dumbed down a little bit. So the only advice I have there is just kind of slow it down, take your time and enjoy it. I really loved experiencing a new culture and its stories, and just seeing it represented on paper is super cool. And the characters were really brilliantly crafted. Book was really good. Definitely recommend it if you're into stuff like Kingdoms of Souls, or if you're into stuff like Children of Blood and Bone, Songs of Wraith and Ruin. They're all kind of within the same genre, so if you like those, then I think this one is definitely a must read for you, because I did really enjoy it. And again, a huge thank you to Hotkey Books for gifting it to me. And don't forget, this review was not sponsored or paid for or altered in any way, and it is my own thoughts. So that is it for today's video. If you enjoyed it, then please let me know in the comment section down below. Don't forget, you can follow me on Goodreads. The link is in the description. Yes, I am now on Goodreads. Let's see how long I keep that up. I don't know. But anyway, that is it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and all the good stuff down below. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye. And also, I just really loved Alumbra. Briar? Alumbra? I think. No, that's just not good. Okay, cool. And only like if that, nope. Be an expert in, can I speak? Yeah, okay, whatever, we'll just stop that there.